right, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Creative Genius. One thing that I have not emphasized that I see on a lot of different channels, you guys, if you like the material, definitely definitely subscribe to the channel. Really trying to build this thing on Creative Genius. So I'm getting a lot of good reviews about what's going on. So the audience has really liked the material that we've been putting out. So definitely like that, like and subscribe. Also, at the end of each video, I've definitely put some information about Rose Academy for the Creative Arts of Tampa. It is a private school for grades 6 through 12 that I'm working on here in the Tampa area for the creative arts. And we at the end, I've put out some information about how to donate. All right, so if you're interested and you want to support the channel, all right, definitely, from the bottom of your heart, all right, go ahead and donate to the page by donating to Rose Academy so we can fulfill this dream of building the creative arts academy for the young kids. Because as of right now, there isn't a lot of channels, there isn't a lot of platforms, so for kids to express their creativity. Creative Genius is using this platform to kind of highlight that and also get Rose Academy going. All right, so if you like what we're doing, support the page by donating to Rose Academy for the Creative Arts of Tampa. At the in the description, there is a link where you can go and where you can donate. All right, enough of that. So that's the business side. That's the business stuff. All right, so I got man. This guest is definitely not no stranger to me. I've been knowing this guy all my life, pretty much. So we pretty much raised. This is my nephew, by the way. We were raised up together. He's not much younger than I am. How old are you, Marquell?
34.
34. Okay, so he's
6 years apart.
Yeah, 6 years apart. Yeah. So, and what's crazy is, as I was in college doing my film thing, he was in high school doing his film thing. And what I've never told this guy is, so I used to coach college football in Missouri. So him and I used to talk pretty much on a weekly basis about. And I used to, he was in at the University of East Carolina at the time, and he'll go into his background as we get started. But I just wanted to go in, you just because I never told him this. Just want to go into this. So he was at East Carolina. I was coaching. I was in Missouri. And we used to talk on a weekly basis. And he used to tell me everything that he was doing in his in film school. It was in film school at the time. And I was so inspired. I was so amazed. It felt like he was having fun. And coaching college football at the time, it's mundane. It's the same thing every day. And I realized I want to be more creative. And I would venture to say, because my conversations with this guy is a large part of why I love football. Because I didn't feel like I was being creative. I didn't feel like I was inspired. So through my conversation with this guy it's a big reason why I left football, and I started Rose Academy for the Creative Arts of Tampa. So I never told you that. But yeah. So yeah, you definitely contributed to my bringing my creative juices back. And a big reason, why Creative Genius exists, because Creative Genius only exists because of Rose Academy. So man, you played a major part in it all.
That's an honor. Appreciate it.
No doubt. Marquell, what's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Hello, world. How y'all doing? Hey, I'm doing good, man. Just living life, man.
Good.
Yeah, I'm just creating.
Good. And we'll definitely get into it. So just for the audience, of course, I know all your background, but for the audience, tell everybody where you're from. Give a little bit of background about yourself, and tell the audience about who Marquell DeJournette is.
Yeah. Hello. I'm Marquell DeJournette. To my honors to my aunt DeJournette, she'll get mad. DeJournette, that's how you pronounce that, Aunt Renee. So that's her name, everybody. So I had to say it like that. My background from Virginia Beach, Virginia. My background, I have a background in production, studied in Virginia Beach Technical Center, TV production 1 and 2. I have a background in theater and acting and drama. I studied film production and TV production at East Carolina University, graduated 2015. Also learned theater at TCC. I got my associate degree out of there, studied theater out
TCC,
of
what's
there.
that for the audience? TCC.
Tidewater Community College. I got my
Cool.
associate's degree out of there. But
Right.
also I studied drama and theater.
Right. Right. Now, have you always had that creative side? Like, what made you what made you, go in that direction of TV and film productions? What growing up,
Hey,
how was you inspired to go that route?
funny man, everybody asked me about that. I grew up as a theater kid, an actor.
Right.
I was from 5 years old. It's funny. I used to act out movies. I used to have Halloween costumes like Batman. I used to act like Bruce Wayne, and every time Batman changed to Batman, Bruce Wayne changed to Batman, I put on my Batman costume. And, and my mama had like a stool. We had a stool in the house. I don't know why we had a stool. We had no bar. I used to take the stool and act like I was driving. I had the Batmobile and everything. So my mama seen that, I guess, be acting around the house. I used to act out bad boys, like 5 years, 8 years old, acting out bad boys. Every time Martin would put on a shirt, I would grab my little Hawaiian button-up shirts and be Martin, stuff like that. I grew up and just seeing and doing that. So my mama seen that, so she put me in acting classes. Man, after that, bit the bug. Acting classes, Evie Mansfield acting agencies. It was down the street in Virginia Beach.
Remember that?
Yeah, I was going to those acting classes, writing scripts. This is like 5, 6, 7 years old, writing scripts, reading scripts, man. So, and just being around these older kids. I was around a lot of teenagers and 10, 11, 9-year-olds. I'm like 6, 7 years old at the time.
Right.
These like child actors, like really child actors. I'm just learning how to act. And man, after that, man, I bit the bug. I'll take those acting classes. I told them, oh, I'm gonna be an actor.
Right.
And I've been doing plays growing up. And funny, in high school, they used to do electives. They used to do art, Spanish, and all types of stuff, shop and all that. But,
Right.
man, I didn't want to do none of that.
Right.
That stuff was messy. I don't want to do no art. I want to do theater and drama.
Right.
So by the time my sophomore year of high school, I took all the acting classes.
Right. Right.
So my junior year, I had no other classes to take. So they had like a little open house from Votech. It was called Virginia Beach Technical Center, but you learn different trades. They had automobile, culinary arts, cosmetology.
Yeah, I know they wouldn't let me in. Yeah, I
Yeah.
tried to get in, but I got denied.
Right. I luckily got accepted. Don't know how.
Right.
I want a genius, but I had a low GPA, but I got accepted. And
Right.
look, man, got in there TV production, me and the teacher clicked. He liked me how I acted in the camera, and I learned all that. And ever since then, that's how production came in my life.
Right. Right. Now, for everybody that don't know, you're the only kid.
Yes, sir. I'm the
Yeah,
only
so
child.
it's only kid. So pretty much your imagination had to be, outside the box because you didn't have nobody to play with.
Man, imaginary friend, young kid. I remember too, it's funny thing, like I was only child. So I had like action figures.
Right.
Take little action figures, creating stores with the action figures. Like Batman, fly. I would create my own little Batman store. Yeah. I have my own little world, man.
Yeah.
Like mama had bought me, like she like bought me a display. I got a little Megazords for Power Rangers. They were transforming the Megazord, had the monsters. I have a whole little thing going on, man.
So yeah, I will remember coming over to the house because we used to live right across I forget what street it was. You was on one side of Delia, we used to live on the other side of Delia.
Oh, Fox Glove.
Yeah, we used to live on
Fox
Foxglove, and Pops was because we used to work, with him.
Yeah.
He was doing his painting thing. We come pop up on you. The front door was always open, so we walk in. Come in your room, you in your underwear, got your cable.
Own little world, man.
You in your underwear, got your cape on.
Dog. having a ball, yeah.
And it's like, man, it's like you had a room full of friends that you was playing with. Nobody in there but you and your action figures.
Yep.
So when I think about it, I think that's definitely where the creativity first started. It's
Yeah.
just your imagination. Like you had no other
Yeah.
friends, only kid. So you
No,
was
I had friends. I ain't gonna say I didn't
well,
have friends.
yeah. I mean, you had
But
friends,
but but my imagination, like they didn't play like I play. Put it that
right?
way. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like, nah, I like to use my creativity at that time. I didn't know, but my imagination create. I like to create my own thing. No, your
right,
friends, they won't just want to fight, beat up. They ain't in their creative mind like that, have fun.
right,
So
right,
they ain't thinking like the way you thinking. So,
right.
nah, man, Batman do this. Nah, I'm just be in my little corner. He gonna do it. Yeah. Yeah. Don't touch my toys.
Yeah, I mean, being a creator myself, like I never thought it was weird. I thought it was funny, but I never thought it was weird. I always, I always thought that was unique of you that you would, have your own, put together your own theater, um, and that you would put together your own projects. Um, I always thought that was kind of unique of you. I never looked at it as you were weird, but so you ended up going to Virginia, Votech, and then you ended up graduating high school, um, and then you attended Tidewater Community College. Now, did you write anything, or did you put together any projects while you were at TCC?
When I was at TCC, that's when I was studying theater. So I was more in the drama,
Oh,
acting.
okay, okay,
And when I was in TCC, so I was more doing. I took theater appreciation. So I went to a lot of theater plays. I had to write a lot of reports on them and study prosceniums and left center and right stage and upstage. I had to learn every spot of the stage. I had a cue and I learned how to learn voice and diction, how to be able to diaphragm and change my voice, and learn how to read scripts like Shakespeare and analyze that and
right.
interpret that. That was my main. I was in TCC because TCC didn't have a broadcast or production program.
Oh, I
So
didn't know that.
yeah, they did. So it wasn't nothing like they could do. That's why one reason I had to transfer to a university there because they didn't offer. Majority of TCC offer was like trade school stuff and nursing or
Right,
little stuff like that. They ain't
right.
had stuff like production and nothing like that. They may have it now. I mean, but when I attended at the time, that was like '06. They ain't
Right,
had
right. Cool. All right. So yeah, I never knew you learned all those things in theater at TCC.
it.
How did that develop your skills for film production and writing? How did that experience contribute to your production skills?
See, with theater, that helped me with man. I forget his name, but we did a little project in film school. We read a book, we learned. They said the best directors are actors.
Mm,
And I really never thought of it until I read that book and did a little report on it. So basically, the theater and the drama incorporated direction. So that would make me a great director, be able to communicate with the actors, being a actor, and learning how to give and tell them what the audience would want or bring out in front of the camera.
right. Okay. Yeah, that definitely makes sense. Definitely makes sense. And so, graduating from Topwater Community College, um, and you end up going to East Carolina University. What made you pick East Carolina?
Man, that was I did pick East Carolina. East Carolina picked me. Be real
Okay.
with
All
you.
right.
Be real with you. I applied for JAMU, Virginia Tech. I applied a lot of in-state. ECU probably like the only out of state. I probably Liberty too. And it came down to them two. The only exception was Liberty and
Ooh.
East Carolina.
Oh Lord.
Liberty and
I
East
didn't.
Carolina was the last. Only everybody else denied it. JAMU told me no. Tech told me no. VCU told me no. VCU supposed to have a good production program. They told me no. So it came down to East Carolina and Liberty. And I went to open house in Liberty. No disrespect, Liberty. It just wasn't my
Listen,
cup.
it's a
Look,
hard place to be, bro. It
it,
is.
it, it wasn't my cup of tea because I know
No.
my personality and I
Oh
was
yeah, I get it.
I
I
can
get
do
it.
certain things, but I don't know if I can do that every day for
Yeah, I
30
get it, man.
minutes.
I get it.
So East Carolina sound a little bit more
Right,
my speed. So I
right,
went to ECU.
right. Okay. And so, what was your experience at East Carolina?
Reality, I had a ball. Best years, best decision ever made in my life. I tell you,
what made it the
man,
best decision of your life?
man, I met good people. I had a ball. So like, you know what I mean? And I connected and networked with good people. You know what I mean? Art wise, you found people that understand, like in your word type of sense, to
Right,
understand.
right.
And yeah, you're around a lot of creators because they put us in this building. Like it's an art building we study. So I got a degree in fine arts. So you got a fine arts building called Jenkins. So you go in that building, you're around all these artists, man. You're around illustrators, film people, photographers, and metal designers, textile designers, ceramic people. So it just felt like, wow, you're around all this creative, inspired art around you 24/7.
Right.
We had art galleries inside our building. We had like art exhibits going on, so you could come in. Sometimes our work, your friends' work would be posted up there. You
Oh,
be
that's dope.
man. I had two projects on undergrad shows. Man, I just did sound and lighting, but my name was on the credit.
Oh yeah, yeah, most
I
definitely.
had two shows, two projects, like a documentary, and I won't say it was an agency, or probably two documentaries on the undergrad show. So seeing that and see other people come in and an art show and the art gallery show at that time to walk around and see your work, that's dope.
Right. And you were older too, when you went to East
Yeah,
Carolina.
yeah,
So, and God knows you had lived one heck of a life while
yeah,
you were home at TCC. We
yeah,
won't go into full detail, but yeah, you had lived a full life before you even went to East Carolina.
yeah,
So all the adolescent things pretty much had been already filtered out of you.
yeah,
So when I saw you in East Carolina, pretty much it was all business. 'Cause I never
yeah,
really heard of you going to no parties. Never really heard of you going to a club. It was all business. It was all about film.
yeah,
You were filming home and writing.
yeah.
That's
Hey,
all I heard. That's all we talked about.
that's all you need to hear at that time. You know what I mean? I'll keep the other all the other stuff in smoke. You don't need to worry about.
It's all good. It's all good.
It's great memories. That's all I'm
It's
telling
all good. Well, as far as wilding out, I'm pretty sure you did your things in college.
you.
Um, but not like somebody who was 17, 18, 19 years old
Yeah,
would do when they get to college. I didn't get that from you, so um, it was pretty much all business, and you had a good time.
yeah, yeah.
How did being in East Carolina? How did that give you um, the inspiration and the courage? What did that do for your confidence? As a director, as a filmmaker.
So East Carolina, I learned on a lower level. So majority of East Carolina, I did a lot of crew work.
Right,
So I got to watch a lot of things. I observe and learn a lot from East Carolina. Like my professor would have a film project. I had a lot of professors, they do their own side film project. They had their own production company they started. So they inspired me kind of start my own production company because I seen them do it.
right,
And they have projects they're doing. They'll ask, just for a little, extra experience, and y'all would like to come and help out and just watch. And I like nobody else would volunteer. I'll go. And like, okay, Marquell, this time be here at 7. I'll be there. It's
right,
crew time. And I
right,
show up and and I do the work and I watch and observe and watch them work. They've been doing it for years. They professors, so they teaching me outside and inside of class. So it's like this is dope. So I'm learning. And then they put on like grads that took their program, they start projects, they may need help. I go there and help them. It just could be moving the light. I don't care. I move the light just to be around and see and observe. And
right,
as I see and observe and watch, ideas started forming my head. And that's when the directing and all that kicking. Like, dang, if he did it like this, I started seeing stuff, you know what I'm
right,
saying, as I watched them work. Because they do it one way, and I was like, and they would talk about it. And I'm like, if he could do it in my head, because And while you on set, it's a hierarchy. You can't really say nothing.
Right.
You know what I mean? If I have an idea, I can't tell the director do that, do that. I gotta follow the director or the cinematographer. Majority of cinematographer. As a lighter and sound, I work on the cinematographer, and the cinematographer work on the director, and the director work on the producer. So I can go on this. So when anything, I just say when the cinematographer or as a camera assistant, whatever, they say, move key here, move there. I just gotta get up and go.
Right.
I gotta be a silent mouse on set. You know what I
Right.
mean? So majority, it was just more of an observation and learning being a student.
Right. 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 So you just observing and you just being a student, um, like you said, I'm pretty sure it gave you those ideas of if this is my project, I would do it like this.
Yeah.
So when you start doing your own projects, what were some of the things that you incorporated when you started doing your own stuff?
From working on other people's projects.
Right.
Well, incorporating time,
Right.
learning how to use the value of the time, especially like I can shoot 5 scenes in one area, you know what I mean, and not touch anything, learning, because in certain shoots, we just shot in one area, but it looked like we just shot in 55 different areas, but we just shot in one area. So I learned that from them as well. So you don't have to go to 100 places to make it look like you've been to 100 places. Like you can just be in one place and it look like you've been 100 places. So I learned how to minimalize a lot of things and stuff, and how to just move and control the set.
Right. 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 So, is it just changing a minor detail here? Is it changing the minor detail there? As far as making it seem like you're in a different location? What's that process like?
Well, it's background. Yeah, you change
Background.
the background. Sometimes the audience if be looking at one thing and see another, but you change the background up, yeah, you could be in one area, but you change that background, you look like you be at home, and next change the background, you be in Hawaii or something. So put it like that. So yeah.
Oh. So yeah, but I've come to understand that film production is pretty much, it's magic, right? So you playing tricks on the audience's eyes,
Mm.
right? So just like you said, if you change one minor detail in the background, you're in one place and you switch it over and do something different. You're in a totally different place across the world. So it's magic and perception. So yeah,
Yeah,
cool,
it's
cool,
good
cool.
when you're a low budget filmmaker. You ain't
Right,
got that big budget. It's
right,
very
right.
helpful to learn that too. So all your low budget filmmakers, just change the background. That's all
There
you
you
gotta
go.
do.
There you go.
You
Cool.
ain't
All right.
gotta go. You ain't gotta go to the hill and all that. You gotta like you at the hill. So get some nice little props, little shine wine glass and props. Make it look nice. You know what I mean?
Right, right, right. I mean, um, even when you watch Tyler Perry's projects, he doesn't have elaborate, well, he didn't always have elaborate staging as far as his projects are concerned. Like I think at Tyler Perry Studios, he does have the option of filming here and filming there. Um, but his hospital, so you see a film in the hospital, um, and you would think that he's filming in a 50 bedroom hospital, um, and he's just got maybe you know 10,000. He maybe have like 3,000 square feet of a hospital setting that he's filming. It just feels like he's in a full hospital environment.
And
Um,
that comes to that type of that's the depth of field. You use that
right,
lens, you extend that lens, you can do whatever you want.
right,
Zoom out, zoom in.
right,
You can be
right,
like you are 500 feet, you can be 10 feet away.
right, right. So talk about your first. I don't know if it was your first project, but it was definitely one that I definitely enjoyed. We were just talking about it before we started recording. That was in college, right? East Carolina.
Yeah,
Um,
talking about get over it.
yeah, get over it. Talk about that
Yeah,
project.
that's my first narrative. It's not my first project. That's
Okay,
like
first
my
narrative.
first like film narrative. Like I wrote a script. I mean, I wrote many scripts, but it's like I really wrote the script. storyboarded, outlined it, wrote a character bio, did the whole nine with it. It's not just practicing writing. Like I built the whole film from scratch. Like really. It was my senior thesis. We had an option between an agency piece, a doc, a narrative, or I think that basically was it. Or a music video. So that was basically was like so our senior class, I did music videos, I did docs, I did agencies. I never did a narrative.
Right.
And I signed up for a class to teach me how to do a narrative, but
What is a narrative? What's a narrative?
a narrative is a story.
Okay.
That's like in movies.
Right.
You watch it, like right now, let's say Michael Myers, that's a narrative, the whole story and stuff like
Right.
that.
Okay.
Narration, basically, story out. So I was going, so basically, just my first narrative I wrote because it was a senior thesis. So I did music videos, I did docs, and I did agency pieces. And so when I was going to take the class got dropped. Narrative class got dropped because they had enough students.
Right.
So basically, I was like, I took upon myself my opportunity because in this class, the senior thesis, there was like no lecture, there was you just had to make your project in a certain amount of time. You make the project in the semester, that's your grade. And we was in groups of three. Each of us, two of us were crew, and we rotated for each project to direct and write. So one guy would have his project he already read and wrote, and I'll be a cameraman, or the next guy would, and I'll be the sound and light guy. So we rotated positions. So in this project, Get Over, I wrote and direct, and it's basically about a person getting over a breakup, and he had his two friends that's trying to help him out throughout his day. He's just going at it, so he just feel depressed and he's just miserable. And it's just funny, a lot of guys go through that breakup.
Oh yeah, heck yeah.
Especially you in love with somebody, you sick. So, so the guys come on like, oh my gosh, you sick. He's like, yeah. And so they try to help him out. And throughout the night, if you watch the film, it's called Get Over It, be on Mr. Beast Production. It's on YouTube. You'll see how he overcame this little depression. But that's how it all came out. It was a senior thesis project, and what made me also how to do it is because those times that like I was just explaining when I worked on it with my professors and all that, I remembered how they did it, how they shot, how did they move the camera, and how they used the time to shoot each scene.
Right.
So I incorporated, like, I already had, like I said, like an independent intern study of it. So I just incorporated and created my first narrative out of what I've done from experience and not in the class.
Now talk about it was one of my favorite scenes. So I have two scenes. One is first the car scene is my favorite scene. Not because because you executed it well. Let me say that. But how you did it. Well, I think that was more of an
Which part? I did two parts of the car scene.
They were all three of them. All three of your characters were in the car together.
I got a story.
Now, actually, how the heck did you do that?
See, that's what I got the story for. So what happened was I mounted the camera on top of the hood of the car. Right. It was in the parking lot.
Right.
So to give the movement in the background, I just had the guy drive slowly in the parking lot while I'm in front of the car with the car mounted. My sound guy's inside in the back seat, lowered down. You know what I'm saying? Picking up the sound. So I got him crunched over with the boom mic.
Right.
And he get there. And we mount the camera on the hood and we just tell him, come, move, come, and stop. And that's how that works.
So if you see the project, you actually think that they're on the highway driving down the road full speed. Yeah. And you're in a freaking parking lot. Yeah. With your sound guy in the back seat with the mic, and you mounted a freaking camera on the hood. Genius, man. That is genius.
Yeah.
That is genius. Yeah. And so how long is that project?
That project, because I had a deadline up. professor wanted between 10 minutes. So that project is 10 minutes. I couldn't extend it the way I wanted to because I was on a time deadline. So I crunched all of that information. It goes fast in 10 minutes.
Right. So how much footage did you get? How much footage did you have to edit and post?
And the funny thing that I have more footage than that because I have more scenes.
Right.
Those are scenes that just work connected. And when I got in post, I had certain scenes that I had a scene where they was washing in the bathtub, Dawn soap. And they it's funny. So while we shooting it, I got them in the tub. They squirting the Dawn soap on because he's supposed to be so stinking. So they standing like trying to clear like, oh, you supposed to. But it didn't flow, so I cut it out. So
okay. So that was my next question. Like, how do you dictate what scenes go in and what scenes make it and what scenes don't?
I mean, just flow the story. Once you
Right.
when you put it on timeline, you watch it in post, man. You connect first of all. You connect to the variety of shots you have, trying to make it work visually.
Right.
Over shoulders and close ups and wide shots. You try to make it visual to the eye. So it's just kind of like the flow of the story. Once you put it up, then you put it like that ain't working. I just take that out and put it, or we don't need that. You just keep this in one shot or take that out. It's all in the flow.
Right. So the music, I can't remember exactly what the music was, but how did you have music?
Yeah. So I have music a lot of
your intro. I think in your intro you had a bit of music. Is that correct? In your intro?
Yeah, he was listening to Aaron Hall. I miss you. Yeah. You listen to Aaron Hall.
Yeah.
I'm a music fan, so look,
yeah.
y'all. It's my homage to all the music, R&B, hip hop. I put it in the film.
No doubt. Listen, bro. Like the music will make or break your project.
Yeah,
I tell anybody.
Yeah.
So
sound too. I have experience with that sound.
Sound too.
Yeah, you had terrible sound with good visual, and it ain't gonna work.
Right. Cool. Yeah, but so good sound, and of course, yeah. If your music doesn't grasp the emotion of the scene, you know, it can definitely make or break your project. So when you get that intro, a guy singing that Aaron Hall, you already set the stage for what this project is gonna be all about.
Yeah.
Right? He gonna be lovesick just from the intro and the song that you chose. You've already told your audience what this whole narrative is about. This guy's lovesick. He misses girl, and it hurt to the core of the guy. So perfect song, man. Perfect song.
Appreciate. It's funny. I was doing a post-production class. I have an edit song. So we would do it in the post. There was a fresh market. So we had to edit fresh market. And you know what song I picked for my intro?
What?
Green Acres.
Green Acres.
And yeah, I had a guy walking through the farm.
Green Acres is the
So he was in the farm, and my intro came in.
Yeah.
And you'll see him grabbing the hand, looking at the fresh fruit. Green, man, my teacher.
Man, yeah, bro. You can
definitely like that was the perfect song to
put
on. I said, hey man, it just came to me. Green.
Yeah. So yeah, music will definitely make or break your project.
It grabs the attention. Grab that attention.
Absolutely. So you ended up graduating East Carolina. Well, first of all, the way you ended that, did you plan for it to be as funny as it was when you? So you ended up putting yourself in the project, which I thought was genius.
Yeah.
Did you plan for it to end that way and to be that funny?
Yeah, man, I'm a comedian, man. So I love comedy. So
Right.
first, comedy is the first thing. That's the first really thing that really brought me in, like comedy. All the great comedians that gave me ideas and inspired me, like Martin Lawrence, Eddie Murphy.
Right.
Man, yeah, I want to be funny, man. I want you to be.
So spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. I don't believe in spoiler alerts because if it's a good project, I don't care how it ends. I don't care if I know how it ended or not. If it's a good project, it's still gonna hit with me.
Yeah.
So at the end of the project, the guy comes over to the young lady's house that he's broken up with to explain himself. Like he want to get his girl back. He knock on the door. She comes to the door. He's talking to her, spilling out his heart and his soul to her. And out of nowhere, you come, hey, baby, you got something to eat?
Yeah.
She moved on.
Yeah.
Hey, she moved on that fast, man. And that's
Yeah.
where you ended it too, huh?
Yeah, hey man, cause that's true story, man. That's how it be happening. Brother be like, yo,
Man, what?
yo, why? You know why you don't hear from her and why you sick? She got another one. That's walking down the stairs asking for some food. That's why you don't hear from her. You out there listening to Aaron Hall sick, throwing up. She got
Right,
a whole nother man with her. She ain't
right,
thinking about his dad.
right,
I
yeah.
just wrote it. I just tried to write it in real form. Like,
Oh boy, you hit it out the park.
when I was
You hit it out
in
the
it,
park with that one.
yeah, because when I was in it, when I was writing it, and the funny thing, when I was writing, I was really deep in script writing at the time during ECU. So writing came from ECU, like my heart passion. When I started writing class and learning about the format, I was hooked. So I would learn. So I went and did advanced script writing, but the class failed. So I did independent study with my professor. So we used to meet and go back and forth. So we was talking about the script. I was like, man, he was like, he said, it's a good script, but you need another conflict. And I was thinking, what is real that would really change a twist? She with another man, because that happens all the time.
All the
And that
time.
clicked. So then I was like, let me write that in. And I said, I'm gonna come in, walk down there and play acting. Did that. And that's how it came about. It was just like thought.
It seemed like it was a scene influenced by like a Baby Boy or something like that.
Yeah. No, it just came from reality.
Just came to you.
It was
Just came to
reality.
you.
Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
reality.
Okay.
Because when me and my professor was going at it, he was like, you need another conflict. And that's what he really put me in school.
He challenged you.
Yeah. And I was like, yeah, and it just like, what can really another man? Every time, every time, if it's a problem, it just don't. Every time problem, another man's involved. And I just wrote that out. And the guy who acted in that, man, who played the boy who was sick, killed that part.
Oh man, he murdered the whole
Killed that part,
he murdered the whole project, bro.
Yes, he did, man. Shout out to him.
Do you
That scene right there. Oh, when he came in and he did that with her, and I was in the editing room, edited. I was just like, I kind of play it back every time, like, oh my gosh. I couldn't write it any better and had nobody else play. I couldn't play that part better than myself. Like,
right.
Yeah.
I mean, he came to the front door big and he wanted his girl back, man. He wanted her back bad. He begging and pleading, almost in tears, almost. I mean, you might as well have been Boys and Men on bended knee in that scene.
Right, sick.
And the seed that she with another man, and that's why off camera I told you, like, I would have loved to see an extension of that project. But I understand why you haven't moved on to it. But the cliffhanger, man, the cliffhanger at the end of that project, man, it was amazing. You execute that project wonderfully, man, wonderfully. I don't care. I don't care if you put together a $50 million project, bro, and you make tens of millions of dollars. Get Over It will always Get Over It will always be my favorite project. Just the way it ended. Just the way it ended. Hey, baby, you got something to eat.
Appreciate it. And I get a lot of comments about that role, man. I'm not sure if people tell people about it. They see it, and they see me come down. They never say, I never expect that you did that. I never
out of nowhere. Yeah. Out of nowhere. And you don't expect it to be you, though.
Yeah. I don't know if you know about the old voice you hear, the old man voice when he walked to the door. You remember that part?
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah. That's you. Yeah, I know that's you too.
That was me too.
Yeah, I know that's you too.
I did that. Yeah, that was me too.
Man, yeah, a great project. So you ended
Appreciate
up graduating East Carolina, um, and then it seems like, you can correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like you get heavily involved in writing. Coming up with scripts, writing scripts. Tell me about that after you graduated from ECU.
Grabbing ECU and like when I started writing or just like project writing.
I mean, the so I mean, explain both. I mean, what was
Okay.
what was what was your journey?
I just say after ECU. Okay, after ECU, yeah, you start talking to people and you get an idea. So a friend of mine gave me an idea an animation script. He said we were just talking. He said, "Yeah, man, there's a script about ants. There's a script about bugs. We know it's something. There ain't no script about no roaches." And I said, "You know what? You're right." So I started writing an animation script about roaches called Roach Living, and I wrote that, which I'm working. I gotta work on that. I'm gonna push that too. So animation script Roach Living should be coming. So that really kind of like got me like in the heat when I started that writing process with that idea. I'm like, man, I'm into this. So then I wrote another feature which I want to put together myself called Status. I put all that together, and that took me a long time myself because I built that from scratch. Like beyond writing, I storyboarded, I outlined it, I like outlined and storyboard and sequences and wrote out like lighting crew setups. I did all. I have a binder of setups for the whole movie. I have a all storyboard. Like I took time and did all that. Write it out. Write the character bio, which character, what I want, how they look, age, what type of occupation they had. Thought about all of that for each character. Wrote out the whole outline of the story, like the basis of the story. What's the beginning, the middle, and the end, with the obstacles they're going through in the middle to the main thing they're trying to get at the end. So you got to write, in the beginning, the intro of the characters. Then I write down the main conflict, what he's trying to accomplish. Then in the middle, the obstacles he's going through to get to the main conflict. Then he get to as he succeeds the conflict, then you got the conclusion. So I started all that with Status. So I built all of that. Then I wrote another script over time as I wrote another short called Patroller. As I was shooting and getting ready, the Patroller going on, I wrote another script called Karma, which I had an idea of a horror film, but just conversation talking with different women and their relationships. I was like, man, if you were really crazy, you can kill this dude. And Karma came in. Yeah,
Right,
man. They were telling me how they mad, he cheating. I was like, you a cuckoo. You could do some things. The Karma idea came, and I wrote Karma, and which I just want to write a horror film. I don't really
right,
cheat that. So I was like, anybody want to do a horror? I write one because I got ideas for drama, suspense, all types of things. But my
right,
main thing I love is comedy. So that's why I love to direct, acting, and produce comedy. But I
right,
don't mind directing and other stuff, but my main love is comedy.
right, right. So you put out Patroller, um, which I think, to be honest with you, I think Patroller, I think that was great work, bro.
Thank
I
you.
really do.
Appreciate it.
Uh, because I had a kind of an insight. I know I didn't talk to you on a regular. I don't know. I was talking to your mom a great deal. I was talking to you too, but I was talking to her because she was talking about how you fire, how you rehire her and fire her again.
Yeah, you know I fire Rihanna, she don't do no work.
Yeah, no, we don't have to go into that part of it all. But I was
No
talking to
work.
her about. I was talking to her about all of
I
that.
love you, mama. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. I love you, mama.
But yeah, she was telling me about all the obstacles with that project
Yeah.
that you that
Yeah,
you.
a lot of people say they want to show up and help you, then when it comes down to
Oh
shoot,
man,
they
yes, yeah,
ain't
yeah,
nowhere to
man,
be found. You like, yo, you coming, shoot time, crew time. And you showing the schedule, can't make it, this, that,
Yeah,
you know.
yep. And to be honest with you, you would like to think that so these weren't paid actors, correct? It was just
No, it's not paid actors.
so okay. So that's my point.
But
So you didn't pay them, and you would like to think that if they were getting paid, that the outcome would be different. Not so, my friend.
yeah,
Not so. You could have been paying them and paying them pretty good, and that still could have been your outcome.
yeah,
So it just all depends. It's just comes with the territory of putting together any kind of project. You just got to
yeah,
work. You got to be able to work through those obstacles and
yeah,
figure it out. It's part of the journey of of doing anything. To be honest with you, so just having the inside scoop of what you were going through and you still were able to put it together. Shout out to your real people. I know Phil came through
yeah,
in the clutch, helped you with some
yeah,
film work, and his wife
yeah,
came through, right?
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
kids
so
too.
yeah, so your real friends came through in the clutch. You get that
Yeah,
project done,
yeah.
and in the end,
And great
um,
equipment. I mean, sometimes they couldn't. I have a like grip stand, C stand. You know, when you got good equipment and proper equipment for backup plans, that's always backup to backup. You never
yeah, oh
know.
yeah, you got yeah,
So
definitely,
I could, if something happened, don't worry. I just need to set this up here, maneuver it. You know, sometimes you got to rig and dig some stuff. You
right,
rig and
right,
dig and put the microphone type in. Just don't move.
right,
It ain't gonna work. You move. You hold it
right,
up. It just sometimes you just
right,
gotta be creative while you create. Put it that
yeah,
way.
yep. And then you were able to use the high school, correct?
Yeah,
Did you have to pay for that or no?
I had to pay for that.
How
A
much
lot
was
of
it?
shit. Like I may not pay the actors, but production wise, I pay. I pay insurance. I pay for equipment,
Oh,
which is
dope.
yeah.
Oh,
Which I had certain equipment stuff I didn't have. I had to pay. You know, for
right,
extension stuff like boom mic, audio recorder, XLR cables, anything. You know, stuff like that. I had to pay for insurance. I might have mentioned that, but stuff like that. The school and cater like food.
how
Uh,
many days did you shoot? How many days did that project take?
well, because of people scheduling, it took longer than it's supposed to. Because budgeting, like payment wise, it took longer than it's supposed to. Because I also had to wait. Because I shot at two locations. I would have shot all at the school, but it was too expensive to do it like 2, 3, 4 days. So I kind of minimum that. What I did was, all right, I could do 2 days at the school. All I need is the hallway classroom. That's how I thought it was. I just need those type of things. That's all I need. Office scene, principal scene, I got a library. But the library was cheaper in a sense, and they had a big room.
That's
I got
free.
nah, that was
You had
on
to pay
one.
for that?
Yeah, I had to
Get
pay for
out of
that.
here.
Yeah, I had to go to Chesapeake. I had to use Chesapeake Library.
Yeah, I don't know how Chesapeake is, but
Yeah,
Virginia Beach.
because I did Virginia Beach. And another thing, I went location scouting. So I went around Virginia Beach, a library. They had room, but they won't. Chesapeake room was way bigger than
Right,
I could use. You know what I'm saying? I could do more with their room than I could do
right,
with Virginia Beach library room.
right,
I could do some stuff in Kentsville. Library was the biggest room for real. I went to TCC. They had a lot of stuff going on with their stuff. It wouldn't work like bringing in equipment. So I went to Chesapeake, over there by Deep Creek. That one, Major Hill Library, Chesapeake, Virginia. So I went in there. That is big old like conference type room. I ain't need to. I don't need no table. Don't need no chairs. I just need this room.
just
Uh,
need the room.
yeah. So I used each part of the walls of the room to make it look like I was in 4 or 5 different locations, which I was just in that one big room. So
Get out of here.
basically I just used that library like a big sound stage.
Wow. Okay, yeah. You
Yeah,
would never know that had you
nah,
not
yeah, I brought all of it. I bought like props. I had to buy
right,
props and stuff like that. So I bought like a big desk. It looked like an office desk. I bought like another desk when I'm principal and I'm sitting there. So you sit like I'm sitting there. I brought that desk. So I just brought that. Just used their background. I bought a couple stuff from the house, like a coffee mug,
right.
a coffee maker, and cups and stuff like that, newspaper, and just changed each part of the room and usually you would have thought I was in a different location, but I was just in one room.
Dope.
Yeah,
Nice, nice, nice. And so, um, And your lead actor, man, he really killed
Oh,
that.
Sellers, yeah.
Yes,
Sellers,
yes,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. My
And those
homeboy,
you people from high
yeah.
school, right?
Yeah, I met him last time. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Funny dude, he's a stand-up comedian too, man.
Hey, well, he did a
Funny.
heck of a job. Heck of a
Yeah,
job with that.
yeah.
Yep.
Perfect. Look, and how I looked at that when I wrote it, he was the first person I thought of in the sense. I'm like, yo, I sent it to him. I said, I got a script for you. God, I knew his background. And the thing was with when I didn't pay the actors, my plan was to showcase in a
Right,
sense.
right,
Give everybody experience who wants to act. Cause I've been in that point in that state. It's hard out there for an actor, man. It's hard to find land jobs as an actor, man. When you competing with everybody that want to be an actor, man. I've been in audition, you do all that audition. You may get a job, you may not get the job. If you get the job, it may be an extra background, minimum job, no line, no speaking line, and the pay be like $100, $50, something,
right,
so I know how it is. So I know it's just get a chance for them to be in front of it and give them lines. I know to them it'd be a lot, anybody. So, and with his background as a stand-up comedian, kind of like, yo, and I was trying to use him so he can also build more experience as an actor if that's where he was trying to go. So I just built like, I got a character for you, man, to show you, basically show your talent type thing. You
right,
do your thing, people see it, they know you can act as well tell jokes.
right, right. Right, man. Listen, I think yeah, another well executed project
Thank
that you
you.
did.
Thank
Um, so yeah, that to me that was a job well done. Job
thank
well done. And
thank
then your mom sent me the script to Karma, and I'm reading. It, dang, this is pretty good.
you.
I
Thank
didn't read it all. I didn't have time to read it all,
you.
and I forgot to get back to it. But from what I wrote, I mean, not from what I wrote, but for what I read, I
Yeah,
was like, man, this some good stuff.
appreciate it.
And to hear that you had entered, the script into um, a scriptwriting contest, became a semifinalist, became a finalist, and ended up winning. Um, was not shocked, wasn't shocked,
No,
because I knew what you had put together was definitely a product that was worth winning. So
thank you.
just yeah. So talk about that process, how you found the opportunity. How you entered and how you felt when you found out that you were a finalist.
Oh man, how I felt the finals like how you felt, cause I knew me. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people be excited for stuff like that, but I know me. I know what I'm doing. Like Michael Jordan didn't become Michael Jordan overnight. He put the work in.
Right.
I know I'm putting the work in. When I write the scripts and I get people reactions, like even with script contest, just for example, I didn't win. I put Roach Living and Stats in one time. I didn't get in. So my mind, I'm thinking, these stories are not strong enough. I
Right.
need a strong enough story
Right.
for them to get their attention. So they see I mean business. So go back in the strong board, write your ideas, write your ideas. What would be a strong story that so that's all it is, just to grab the person's attention. Like you say, oh man, that's dope. Say I grabbed your attention. If I probably sent you a script that I say, well, you might not get that same reaction out of that script. You might like, oh, this script may need a little work. But that script, Karma, you drawn into. Because I realized, I gotta go back to the drawing board. I gotta figure out what did the people would like or be entertained by. So I'll go in and write that out. So, but how the idea of karma came about, like I'll tell you, it's conversation. I'll have conversations with different female friends I had. They'll tell me about their bad relationships, and the idea like, man, you were crazy enough to kill them. And then I go on from there, and I'm just brainstorming, writing in my little book. I have a little book. An ex gave me a long time ago. I use that book all the time. Write my ideas, write everything down. It could just be like an invention idea. I write that down. So I just write all my ideas down and I just map it out. First, I'll write like a synopsis of it, or just maybe just a sentence, just maybe a
Right.
topic sentence. Just give me something to go for and put more details in. So I start from there. And those conversations came in, and the title "Karma" won't karma at first.
Really?
Really, I was playing with the title. Uh, one title I said I kind of call it OK, and it was an acronym for oral killer, and how she would kill the guy in the script. She would act like she would give him oral, but it's not giving oral. She would just chop a joint and just kill him. And after a while, like man, they ain't working. As the story, as I write the story going, it didn't fit well. And so then the title that didn't fit well. So as I write it in the stories, and I was writing in the story just coming to me, and then it started becoming more like a revenge type of thing. And the revenge, I'm like, yeah, this is getting deep. I'm getting deeper into the pages, and more pages I write, and the more pages I write, it's getting deeper and deeper. I said, this ain't gonna be the name. This is about revenge for a woman being hurt. So what revenge title name for a woman being hurt? Karma. It's karma back to. That's how the title Karma started. Change it, delete it. Karma came in my mind. And that came as I was writing the title. But as I did, it wasn't.
Right, right. And I definitely love the fact that you have you're not stuck. You're not stuck to one thing. So if it doesn't work, you don't work. Yeah, you don't try to fit it in.
No.
A lot of people are like that. You know,
Yeah.
they so stubborn about their craft and so stubborn about their ideas that they have very little flexibility to change. I love the fact that if it doesn't fit, doesn't work, it's out of it like that.
You gotta be versatile, man.
Right,
It may not fit. You might try something else. Somebody else
right,
might like it than this. Like I got more big off the horror thing. So a lot of people like this horror script. I
right,
get a lot of good comments out of it.
right. So where you headed now? What direction you headed now? I know we talked about off camera. Just talk about where you headed now as far as what you're writing.
Well, I'm heading down. Right now, I'm studying, man. I'm in the study mode, I would say. I'm studying a whole new, different comedic style. So I've
Right,
been watching a lot of like Jeffersons and Sanford and Sons, watching all of those seasons because I'm learning different comedic style of writing. So I want to try to tap in that, in that different direction, and then create another short film, which I'll put back on my YouTube page, which I'm building on Mr. Beast Productions.
right, right. So you'll be doing short, short projects.
That's all I can afford.
Yeah, yeah,
short,
yeah, yeah,
short.
yeah,
I ain't go
yeah,
like
yeah.
like just some help or some backing features. Not yet. I can write. I write features. I can sell some features till then, but right now, short films when I'm coming in to build my following. I'm trying to build a good following. A lot of people want Mr. Beast production. They want more. I'm gonna give more supply and demand.
All right, cool, man. Man, you definitely headed in the right direction. Keep on working, my brother. You're doing a wonderful job. I don't say
Appreciate
that lightly, because I'm not a person that gives out um, compliments if they're not due.
it. Yeah, appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
so I definitely know you putting in the work,
Yeah,
putting out good stuff too.
thank
I know it takes time to be. I know it takes time to put out stuff,
you. Yeah.
but I want more. I want more.
Yeah, it's
So
coming. It's coming. It just take time. It's
yeah,
coming.
yeah, it's all
And
good.
then sometimes I gotta give myself a little mental break because it was a story like I don't know a lot of people heard of like Michael Jackson. They said Michael Jackson used to sit in a tree and just write down ideas all day about music all day. So my mind constantly, I'm got new characters, new film stories, new film ideas. I'm constantly writing ideas 24/7, 365. So like sometimes I gotta sit back and rest my mind. Like right now, I put out Patroller and got Karma going. And right now I'm trying to give myself a little mental break. It's kind of hard because like, I want to start another project, but you gotta give yourself that break.
There you go. There you go.
You gotta
You
give
do.
yourself.
You do. Oh, by the way, so Karma is actually in in the hard copy, correct?
Yeah,
You
you
can
can
buy
buy
it.
it. Yeah, you can buy it on Amazon.com. Karma by Marquell DeJournette. That's how you spell it. MarQuellDE, capital JOURNETTE.
All right. Yeah. So yeah, definitely a nice
Amazon.com. Purchase.
Amazon.com. I'm a and it's how much is it? It's not even expensive. Boy, it is
Oh no, you get a Kindle like $2.99, I believe. $9.99 paperback.
okay, cool. All right.
You get
All
a
right.
Kindle. You get it on Kindle. You don't
All
gotta
right.
get a paperback.
Yeah, I'm gonna. I've been saying I'm gonna get my copy. I keep forgetting every time. I'm gonna go get it as soon as I get off of here.
Hey, you know who got it? You know, I
Who?
already got it. It sent me a picture.
Who?
Sharon. He made sure he told me he got
That's funny.
it.
That's funny. Yeah, that's hilarious. In so many ways. Cool. Um, yeah, man. Like I said, keep pushing on.
Appreciate
I got some stuff in mind for you, man. We'll talk offline. I got
it.
some
Okay.
stuff I'd like to present to you,
Yeah.
stuff I would like to do for you. And it's gonna take a little bit more extra time, a little bit more extra work.
Hey man, look, all we here, we ain't got nothing but.
Right. All right, cool. So I'll be hitting you up. Yeah, man. Thank you for your time.
Hey, man, thank you, man. I appreciate it, man.
Oh
It's my
man,
first
listen.
interview. Ain't nobody ever want to talk to me. He's the first person that want to talk to me.
This is your first of many. First of
I
many. Believe
appreciate it, man.
me when I tell you that it's your first of
I
many.
appreciate it. Thank
No
you.
doubt.
Thank you.
No doubt,
Everybody
brother.
who watched it, thank you. Thank you. Mr.
All
B's
good.
Productions coming.
There you go. Cool, man. Love you, man.
Like to.
And I'll connect with you. I'll probably send you a text either later today or tomorrow. We get some time scheduled where I can holler at you a little bit more. All right.
All right, man.
All right, good brother.
All right,
Have a good
check
day.
in. Check out the projects. YouTube, Mr. B's Productions.
Yeah, it is, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good. All right. Take it easy, man.
All right, you too.